Guys, welcome to another podcast, man. I got a special guest here today, straight from California. What part of California you from, man?
I'm out in L.A.
Okay.
In the Valley, to be exact, because I know L.A. people get on you. They get on you. They get on you about that, man.
Yeah.
So 818, man.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about, like, man, what made you? So are you a rapper? Are you a singer? Or what is it that you really do?
I can be all of that.
Okay.
I'm not saying that I'm the best at singing, but I hold my space in the singing department. I've developed that craft over a few years, and so I can say that I can sing. I produce, I rap.
Okay.
And I get busy on the mic
I love
in the
it.
studio. Yeah.
So let's take us through your brand. What is your brand all about, dog?
So I'm Rob Hayes. Everybody in LA, they know me because when they see me out, they like, it's Rob.
Come on.
So I'm executive. I've worked in touring, artist production, management. I've worked in a lot of different areas in the background, so it's allowed me to give executive expertise to artists and, and other people in the business too. I'm a rapper. That's what I do first and foremost. I've been rapping since I was a teenager. I like to call myself a bar lord because I feel like I can get busy with just anybody else that's out there that do it. I do it with the best of them. And I produce too. I get busy on the producing, and I've worked with a lot of wonderful artists. So let's talk a little bit about the producing side of things. Like when you give me your style. What's your style? Is it the Kanye? Is it the Manny Fresh? Is it the Swiss Beats? Like what's your like? Because they all different, but like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I might be in my own zone with it. Okay. And it's like, I mean, I feel like these are the people who came before me.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
My favorite producers are like Timbaland, Jay Dilla, Pharrell, Kanye.
I got you.
And so I feel like I've gotten something from all
everybody.
of them. But when I go into the studio, I like to DJ like the record kind of.
Okay.
Like
that's good.
I start with the beat. I hear the drums, and then when I hear the drums, I just go, okay, what would sound good with that? And I might find a dope sample, or I might, play something myself. And I got this little app that I use in my phone. Okay. I'm not going to tell people what it is.
Don't tell them.
But I got an app that I use in my phone that's nasty.
Hey, look, I tell people you can't give everything away for free. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a play that I can't just give it to you.
Because they get on it.
And then they be trying to steal your style. You got to be careful. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm real cautious about that too. So take us inside your mind, though. A mind of a producer versus a mind of a rapper. What's the difference? Like, when you finna get to the studio and it's time to boogie, what's your mindset? My mindset is I gotta swing for the fences. Because I know that in this business, if I'm gonna put out something in the marketplace, that it's not always about what I feel and what I like. Because what I feel and what I like might not be for the marketplace. But I know that when I go into the studio, if I'm paying money for studio sessions, and shout to the Bakery Studios, that's where I be going. Okay. And it costs a lot of money to go into the bakery. Of
so
course.
I know when I go in there, it's because I got records that I want to send out. I got placements that I want to get. And I know I got to do it for the artist that I'm working for.
You know what? And this is the thing. So are you signed to a label?
Yes, I'm signed to Virgin, Greater Than Distribution.
Okay.
Greater Than, really nice people, Paula Moore, Randy Jackson.
Gotcha.
They reached out to me and they let me know I had the sauce. They help confirm that in my life. And so, that's the label that pays me, Greater Than, and they have a situation with Virgin Records.
I love that.
And so, we with the big dogs now. We in the NFL of this music thing, so we're not gonna play with it.
Ooh, man, I love it. So I still want to get in your mind, though. I want to get in your mind when you feel a beat. Are you feeling the beat for the artist, or are you just feeling the beat for the moment?
Sometimes it could be both. Like a lot of times when I create, when I'm just at I create at the crib. That's where I create a lot of times.
Okay. And
like lately, I've been gassed off this TV show called The Idol with The Weeknd and Johnny Depp's daughter. And so I've been watching that, and the Johnny Depp's daughter, she plays this character that's like a pop star.
I got you.
And so they're creating records together and throughout the episodes. And so I was like, you know what? They brought in Mike Dean, and Mike Dean is one of my favorite producers. And I was like, yo, I would love to have Mike Dean in my crib with me. So I was like, yo, I'm going to create like I'm in my crib and Mike Dean is in here with me. And I've been coming up with some crazy, crazy records.
So are you the type of person that I like to ask this because R. Kelly said he had thousands and thousands and thousands of songs. So you the type of person you make a lot of beats at a lot of times. Like you got beats put up for certain artists, or just beats like
I got beats put up for certain artists, but I feel like I have to. It like sometimes I really have to get in the mood. I have to set the tone. I gotta go get me a bottle of Moet. I gotta go twist up something. I might have me a shorty come through and kick it with me. And, yo, what you think about this? What you think about that? You know, like certain things like that. But it's like for the most part, I just listen to the sounds. I let the sounds talk to me. If I hear the drums, then I'm like, all right, like I said, I like the DJ while I'm doing it at the same time. I hear the drums and I'm like, what can I mix in with this? What can I mix in? What can I mix? Until I got something that sounds like a complete body.
And you know what? I think as a creator, because to me, it's two sides of the creativity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So making a beat versus dropping bars.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's still being creative. It's just two different styles of like being creative. So let's talk about like, how do you write your music, or do you hire other people to write your music?
Nah, I write everything. Sometimes I wish I could have some writers, and I think that's one thing a lot of rappers don't like to admit. That sometimes they wish they had some help. I don't always want to have to sit there and be like, nah, I did this all by myself.
I got you.
Because I'm a team player. I like to have people in the studio with me, ones that are really sharp, that can help me to become better at what I do. So I think eventually, when I do get bigger, I will have some help. But for right now, I got this.
So, because I listen to Lil Wayne, I listen to like his creative process. I want you to take me through your creative process when it comes to writing bars, when it comes to like creating music. Like take me to that creative process though.
Without giving too much away.
Okay.
I try to say the craziest thing out the gate that I possibly can.
So the hook got to be this.
It's got to be
Okay.
When I got the hook. Now, usually I start with the verse.
Okay, the verse. Okay.
The verses, I'm like, okay, first verse. And I make sure that I always make my first verse so that my second verse, I can just go ham on the second verse.
Okay.
So when I'm writing the first verse, I'm already like, y'all niggas ain't ready for the second verse. Y'all ain't ready for it. So the whole time I'm writing the first verse is to get to the second verse where I'm a lay.
So you throwing up the alley hoop.
Yeah.
Getting ready to just.
Yes.
So I think that's important because people need to know the creative because somebody who's gonna watch this video and be like, man, I want to be a rapper, or you know what I'm saying, like am I getting into like my creative side? 'Cause I think we all are creators.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a podcast creator.
Right.
So
facts.
you know what I'm saying? I'm right now we're telling a movie right now. This is a movie with 3 different cameras.
And wait a minute. I don't know if y'all know what I just walked into in here, because I don't think the people can see everything that's going on.
No, they can't.
But these folks, they invested. They invested, and so I like to see people who really take their craft serious and go all out and do that, and they max out. So the funny y'all maxed out over here.
The funny part is we started back in 2018 in the house, and so we started in the house, and we was like, man, you know, and we didn't have the name. We had the first name we ever had was Relationship Therapy, and so my wife's like, nah, that ain't it. So she said, I'm gonna pray about it. And then that's when we came up and we got it copyrighted. We got the LLC, One Marriage, Two Hustlers.
Okay.
So that's when we came up with with that right there. So of the mindset. And so I created my brand. This is my first book. I got 2 more right now that I'm about to be dropping. But I came up with my brand, Why Now Is Your Time, to teach people 3 principles that we all should design the life we want, create the brand we deserve, and leave our legacy.
Oh, that's dope.
Die empty.
Die empty.
Don't die full.
Yeah, leave
Too many great ideals is at that gravesite.
Yeah.
So when you leave and I leave, because we all checking out.
Facts.
What are you going to leave the people, bro?
Yeah, man. It's like I got 2 children, man. So I think about that every single day. Like,
what's the ages?
My daughter is 15 and my son is 13.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I'm always thinking about
That's
what am
your
I
why?
doing for them. Yeah, that's my why. Absolutely.
You ever heard of the acronym of why?
Yeah, it was,
What's the acronym?
well,
Talk to me.
no.
Okay,
Educate me, please.
Okay, the acronym of why is what's hurting you.
Ooh.
Because what's hurting you is what's fueling you to push your purpose. Now go ahead.
Okay. So what's hurting me is the fact that I don't get to spend time with my children every single day like I used to. And so that really pushes me.
It gives you that fuel.
Because I really want to be able to go ham with my kids and really do stuff because I got to make up for missed time.
Wow. Look. So there's a game. I call it the word game. I'm going to say 2 words. You tell me, do you need them or you don't? Do you need both of them? Do you need one of them or you don't need none of them? The first word is cockiness and confidence. Do you need both or you just need one?
As a rapper, you need both.
Okay.
Both. You need to know that you can stand on these niggas' necks, but you need to be aware of who you are, self-awareness. Like you need
I love that.
Yeah, you got to have it both.
Okay, so mindset and money. Do you need both or you need one of them?
You need both, but you need mindset more. You need money to do what you want to do, but you need the mindset in order to keep you going.
Ooh, that's good. Hungry or humbleness?
I'm going with hungry. Because when you hungry, you got that dog in you, you're going to get there. A lot of times humbleness, and used in the proper context, because I would say you have to be humble before God.
I got you.
Because God will exalt you when you're humble before him.
That's good.
But as far as being humble before man, a lot of times people use that out of context as a way to try to pull you down, to try to clip your wings. So
I like that.
I would rather be hungry than humble.
So another thing, I tell people all the time, like, what keeps you motivated outside your kids? Like, what are some quotes that you live by? Like, give us something that you live by. Cause I'm gonna have you spitting something in a minute though.
Jay said, I would rather live enormous than die dormant. And that right there stuck with me my whole life.
Come on, man, talk about it.
Because I watched a lot of people die dormant. And so,
man,
I have had the blessing and the opportunity to have Jay as a boss. I've seen that man live enormous up close and personal. and if that's the code that he's living by, I'm going to live by it too.
And I think people need to, because I tell people there's things like me. I live by a quote that I created years ago: life without purpose has no meaning. Because that's telling me that I need to be living in my purpose on a daily basis. Yeah. So podcasting is just one brand of my extension. I do a lot more other things than just podcasting. Yeah. Because I understand when you're building a brand and you building your mindset, all this has to be shaped to another culture of when it comes to. So how did you grow up? Tell us how you grew up, man. Single parent home, double parent. I mean, how did you grow up?
So I was born in a small town in central Illinois called Decatur. And Decatur, it's like a baby Chicago. Okay. So it's a mix of gang violence and there's a lot of white folks, a lot of cornfields and soy. Crazy. So it's an agricultural place. And when I was 8, my mom, she moved to Lansing, Michigan. Lansing is the capital of Michigan. It's also Michigan State Spartans and Magic Johnson. And so I grew up there and got a lot of experience in Lansing, a lot of experience in Detroit as well. And when I left there, as I graduated from high school, I joined the Marine Corps. Got you. Served in Iraq.
How long you did that?
So I was there I was in the Marines for 3 years. Okay. I got out. I was injured. But I served in Iraq for 7 months.
Wow, man. Yeah. So growing up, what are some things that you learned as you grew up, like that you can get back to the next generation that push you forward?
I would love for kids to learn self-discipline at an early age.
Come on, talk about it.
I wholeheartedly believe that at all educational institutions in all school districts that self-discipline should be taught to kids in the 8th grade.
Okay.
Because I feel like from the 8th grade forward, it's all about how you apply yourself.
Whew.
Because you set the tone from 9th grade forward of how you're going to be as an adult.
I love it.
And so if kids learn that in the 8th grade, they will be much, much more enriched. And they will have more tools in their bag.
Man, look, you need them tools in that bag.
Yeah, you do.
Because them tools in that bag will pushing you to your next level.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I tell people all the time, man, it ain't how you grew up. It's what you do with what you receive.
Yeah.
All right? Because a lot of times, some of us grew up in single-parent homes, but that wasn't what stopped us to become the person we are. But a lot of times, I have this thing I always tell the youth, excuses are reasons for being useless.
Exactly.
If you want to continue to be useless, keep giving me the same darn excuses.
Exactly.
So you got to get rid of them.
Yeah. Excuses are for losers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the way I think about it, because it's like, you know, all them excuses, and you could be coming up with solutions to how you gonna better yourself every single day.
Come on, and I think it just takes a certain level, a certain mindset to get where you're trying to go. So this is another game I like to play. I'm about to tell you some acronyms. All right. I want to know what the acronyms mean to you when I tell you the acronyms.
Ooh, that's a good one.
All right, the first one is HOPE. Acronym, help other people excel. What do it mean to you?
I remember I had this attorney, and he was over at Loeb & Loeb, Channing Johnson.
Okay.
And he offered me some assistance. He helped me to get a meeting with Travis Scott's manager to do a festival. And one of the things he said was he said that he was mentored by Thurgood Marshall, and he told me, as a young man, if I do this for you, I just want you to pull up another young brother. And to have a man of that level of stature, of that power, and that was what he wanted from me, to get me that kind of meeting. He charged me mad dough, because I had dudes charge me $10,000-$20,000 for meetings with people of less, you know, not talking Travis Scott people. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. I think the hope is in reaching back once we get to a certain level.
That's good.
And pulling up those young folks that look at us and they see the what we've been able to do, and they want to do the same thing. So pull up somebody next to you.
Yes, sir. All right, the next one is POUR. Acronym, passing over opportunity repeatedly.
Ooh.
Talk to me.
I did that.
Come on.
I did that, man.
Come on.
I had a lot of self-doubt.
Okay.
And a lot of depression, man. And it's like, I still battle with depression.
Okay.
And I was, you know, I'll be transparent. Like I was telling you, like I was dealing with something, you know, the other day, and it was like hitting me hard.
I got you.
And so it's like, I realized in those moments, I still should have got my butt up and came here.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I made an excuse, but today I made up for it.
Yes,
I'm here.
sir.
But passing over, this could have been an opportunity that I passed over, because what if you was like, nah, I'm not fooling with him? You know what I'm saying? Some people will judge you like that. I've killed situations where I didn't believe in myself and lost the opportunity.
Wow. And I think, and I love to come up with this, because it gives the audience a chance to see how you're thinking. All right. Yeah. Money. Acronym. Momentarily owned, not externally yours. Just a tool. Talk to me.
Money is to be used.
Come on.
I'm learning to take spend out of my vocabulary.
Okay.
Because the spend, I'm learning, means that it's going out and not coming back. So I'm learning to use the word use or circulate.
Okay, there we go.
Money circulates, what goes back out, what goes out comes back in. And like I said, we using this money to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
And that's you got to know how much money you need in order to use, in order to be able to go out there and circulate it to get it back, because you got a spreadsheet, you got numbers, you got a budget, you got your formulas laid out, and you know it. And when you know those things, that's when I believe God or the universe, whatever you call him, I believe that's when he starts to open doors, because he knows you're ready. Luck.
Acronym. Labor under correct knowledge. Talk about it.
You have to be educated. You have
Come on.
You gotta. You can't just talk the talk. You gotta walk the walk too.
Yes.
A lot of times, a lot of people are bullshitters.
That's true.
They talk out their ass. They plan meetings. They don't follow through.
Come on.
They go, yo, let's get lunch, and then they never get lunch with you. Like, you gotta actually do what you're supposed to do, and then that being along the way, you're gonna meet great people. You're gonna have great experiences, and then that's when you're gonna lock in and get stuff done.
Man, the next one is denial. Acronym. Don't even notice I am lying. People lie to themselves every day. They're in denial. So talk about it.
I believe in this day and age, a lot of times denial is the clout chasing.
Okay.
When I was in LA, one of the things that I saw was a lot of people you see on Instagram with a lot of followers that look like they got it going on, don't really got it going on. And the pandemic exposed that big time.
Come on.
It exposed the fakers from the people that's out here really grinding. And you know, I saw a lot of you know, bums in fashion. Like they was on Rodeo Drive every single day, like they was getting it, but they was homeless. They ain't have places, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, where are your priorities? When you get your priorities together, that's when everything else is gonna fall in place. So I feel like let's do less clout chasing.
Come on.
And more getting our business together, getting our orders together.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So there's a thing I call rats chase cheese. We consider cheese what? Money.
Right.
All right. So I tell people, when you start chasing your purpose, you can flip rats around, and you spell rats. When you spell it backwards, it means you become a star. All right. So when you stop chasing money and you start chasing your purpose, start chasing helping others, because a closed hand can't receive nothing. But if you give, you can take something back.
Right.
The problem is too many people want to try to go forward, but the hand is closed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? When the hand has to be open to receive anything. So what is your mindset when it comes to like receiving and giving and pushing forward?
I believe if you want anything in life, you have to serve.
Come on, talk about that servantship.
Man, you have to serve. You have to be a servant.
Yes.
Right now, my mama just had surgery.
Come on.
I've been serving my mom for a month. And I'm pretty sure there will be, I'm not looking for anything in return for that, because that's my mama. I'm going to do that no matter what.
I got you.
But it's even if it was my neighbor, I would be like, hey, man, you need help? What do you need help with? You know what I'm saying? Like, I gave my neighbor a bottle of champagne yesterday because we was beefed out for a whole month.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And I brought him a bottle of champagne and said, let's squash it. Like,
come on.
And it takes a big man to do that. Even, you know, I'm always like that with people that I feel like I got a problem with me or got an issue with me. Like, I'm willing to become a servant, excuse me, to you know, be the bigger person in a lot of situations. And I feel like that's what's gonna get people ahead, is when they realize that the more you give is the more you receive. So give as much as you possibly can.
Man, so I want to ask you something though about when it comes to like where you see yourself. You have any music videos out yet?
I got a couple out.
A couple. All right. So what have you learned when shooting these music videos? Do you think they can get better? Or you think like, are you telling stories? I mean, what have you learned with these music videos?
I think the first couple times, the first 2 music videos I shot, I was kind of just doing it by myself, just kind of like no proper planning. We kind of just was like, let's just go guerrilla shoot this shit.
I love it.
You know, but the second video I shot, I happened to have like, I had a lot of people around me, and it just happened to be in the right place. I shot a video called Hollywood Sign. Okay. And it just so happens that the crib we was in had a big Hollywood sign spray painted on the crib. So I kind of just performed in front of it, and just one take, Jake just like walked around the house, went up the stairs, and came back down, and the video looks super sick. And Christten is in the video, like she was there, stuff like that. So it was just cool because we was just friends hanging out that day. But now I know, I got to spend more money.
Come on,
I
talk
gotta
about
sit
it.
In storyboard. I got to have a team. I need wardrobe.
Come on.
I need. And so, like, with these next music videos, I'm sure they're going to look way better because I'm going to do it outside of myself.
So I like to ask this question with creators like yourself. Are you effects heavy or are you clean cut? You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind.
Okay.
Like, have you seen that music video with the Nardo Wick music video with who's in that video? That's Nardo Wick, Lil Durk, G Herbo.
They like it's like a clean cut, just no effects.
Nah, they got crazy effects.
Okay.
It's like a bunch of fighting going on in the background, a bunch of CGI, a bunch of craziness. But they just
like that though? That's your style.
I like it. I'm very cinematic. I want epic stuff. Like
I got you.
All my videos probably gonna cost me like $8 million to shoot if I really got into my mind and did it. Like, because I want to.
Go crazy.
Yeah, I want to go crazy.
I like that though because we're in the AI generation though. Yeah. So like the next generation is AI driven. Yeah. So I tell people all the time, the only thing about AI that I don't personally think is going to work out is that a lot of people are going to use it and things going to start looking the same. Yeah. So when I see one dude do captions, I see another dude do captions. They all got the same type of captions. Yeah. So it's like, to me, and that's why I tell my editor, I say, look, because I edit videos too. I say, but look, we don't want to just use no AI-driven captions. Right. We want to be able to go in, use Final Cut, and do personal, make caption, flip, turn, change up the game versus using, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing about the next, because if you don't know how to do your prompts on AI, it's going to type the same thing. Right. So That's how people got busted. Some of these colleges, they all typing in the same type of prompt trying to do a paper. Right. And then they giving it to their professor. They're like, I got 20 of the same thing. Yeah. You got to know how to use them prompts. Yes. Hey, like when I'm in Chat GPT and I talk to that thing and give it prompts, yes. I'm extremely specific with my prompts. There you go. Like, I'm like, yo, you are a music marketing genius. I need you to tell me dot 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 and yes. boom 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 boom. Yes. Like I'm really specific with it. And then when I get it, when it spits it out to me, I don't just go and put that out into the world. You go edit it. Yeah, yes. I look at that and edit it because I don't need it to sound like it came from ChatGPT. I need it to sound like it came from me. And I think that's the problem that I have because I see people. I'm like, man, I seen this caption. Like people like they're downloading the same captions. I'm like, it's not. That's why when I do my captions and I do my reel, because I do reels and stuff every day. I'm like, man, my stuff got to change. I don't want my stuff looking like that. You see my video, I might be like, listen, 7 steps to become successful. And then step 1, then I turn it upside down. This is what you do. Then I come back around. Yeah. Like I'm changing up like, what the, like I'm throwing you off every 2 or 3 seconds because I want you to be in tune. I'm like you, I want to be visual, but I also want you to be like, okay, the message was great. Yep. You know what I'm saying? What's the next video? What's the next video? So they like hungry for it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? For the motivation. So where you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years? Like what we gonna see about you?
3 to 5 years from now, I definitely want to be on Forbes. Okay. I definitely I attain to that. And that's realistic to me because I know that I have what it takes right now in my bag to make that happen. And so I definitely know that 3 to 5 years from now, I should be worth $200 million or more. Come on. And when I get to that point, I know that the big dogs is gonna come knocking at my door, and they're gonna make that big investment.
Illuminati might be there too.
Hey, Illuminati, get there, man. Like, look, man. My soul is not for sale, but we can do business. We can cut it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just how I am.
Yeah. I say that because I be like, y'all know Illuminati be looking.
Hey, you know man. I know they looking. They watching. The big. Hey, they clone Tyrone, man.
Hey, you seen it?
Yeah, I seen it.
It's crazy. It's like, man, but nah, man. That's why I say, man, it's so important that people know your story, they know your grind, they know your motivation, what pushes you to the next level. Because I tell people see your glory, but they don't know your story. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so the only way for them to know your story is they have to be able to be engaged with you. That's why it's so important to post reels, to post live videos, so people can really see you. Yeah. A lot of people, they want to post stuff and be like, yeah. And it's like, man, don't be, imposter syndrome is real, bro. Right. People do it every day. They want to be like other people, bro. Be yourself, man. There's an acronym DNA that I created. And DNA stands for design. The D is for design. The N is for notice. And the A is your assignment. Wow. So when you know your assignment, DNA, nobody got the same fingerprints.
Hey, I need you to text that to me. Text that to me, bro.
Yeah, DNA, bro. You are designed to know this your assignment. And when you know your assignment, you're not in competition with nobody else. So I don't look in the mirror and worry about what nobody else doing, because I'm me. I'm Lloyd Christten. Why Now Is Your Time podcast. This moment, we can't get it back. But we can live right now in this moment. And this is a documented moment. So now, 5-10 years from now, when I'm sitting on $1 billion, because I didn't create my next move, which is a content creator school.
That's hot.
For the adult content creators. Now I done got the school that's moving in different cities. Now we on another level. But this is the thing. This moment will be documented because we had a conversation. And I tell people every day, don't create content. Document your moments.
Absolutely. I like to also look back and go, okay, did I hold myself accountable to get there?
Come on.
Because once you say things and you declare things and you put them out there.
Yes.
Just like God hears it, the enemy hears it too.
Oh yeah, he hears it.
And so the enemy gonna do everything to try to get you off your square after that. It's like you said you want to be on Forbes. So now I'm gonna do everything to not get you on Forbes.
Come on.
And so now you gotta be like, all right, I'm moving forward. I'm getting on Forbes no matter what. Like I'm getting there. And so if that's what that might not be what anybody else wants to do, but that's what I want to do. I want to sit there on Forbes as the Cash King, but I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about what God did through me.
And the thing is, and write this down. I tell people, I always tell the audience this too. The new currency, all right, is who can create the most videos. So consistency is the new currency. Yep. So you did music videos. How many more can you do? This is why, me personally, I know Kanye ain't not crazy. He's just somebody that he's just different.
Nah, he ain't crazy.
You know what I'm saying? He's just different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And when you look at him, you're like, man, this dude creating this and this. And I remember. That's why Kanye been documenting his moments.
Right.
And when you go back and look at it, you're like, oh, this is how he was thinking. You know what I'm saying?
I think it takes a level of some kind of crazy to beat Kanye West because Kanye done pushed the envelope so many times and reinvented himself so many times over his career. Like that don't come from just thinking normal. When he came out with on Yeezus with the mask and the craziness with the big glacier on the stage with angels and the fire and Jesus came out. And, that's crazy. That's crazy. Yes. But we was like, everybody was
come on.
And so it's like, Kanye crazy, but is it bad crazy? Who is Kanye hurt? Who is he beat up? Who is he shot? Who did he get put in jail? Who he snitch on? Like, you can't tell me nobody Kanye has personally done anything to. He might have hurt some feelings, but that comes with being that nigga.
That's it.
Gonna hurt feelings.
That's it. And I think so many people are so afraid of the word. Like, people love greatness, but they don't like cockiness. Yeah. But that's why they don't like Deion. Yeah. Because he got that cocky, he got that dog in him. And they like, this dude, he's not a real coach. But he's coaching up these kids to think different, to put that dog in them. Yeah,
he put that dog in him. Like, look at his son, man. His son, that dude's the best college player in out there right now. He's the truth. Yes. And he probably gonna get a Heisman. And the thing is, he gonna go into the league and be better than his dad is.
Crazy.
And that's gonna be because his dad put that dog in him. So it's like, I think like when what's the ball dad, when he came out and he was putting all his kids in it, they was super hating on him. I think America has a problem with seeing black dads put their sons forward. You know what I'm saying?
That's been real too. And I think so. I think they don't want us to all. If you notice this, the Invest Fest.
Yeah.
They had 20,000 people at the Invest Fest that's black. Then they had another meeting with some billionaires having their own meeting. They wasn't at the Invest Fest. Puff Daddy was there. The other dude, Johnson, whatever, he was a billionaire, but they had their own meeting. They don't want us to get the knowledge.
They don't.
They don't want us to have this conversation. They don't want us to empower each other. They don't want us to put that fuel in them because one thing, they not us.
Yeah.
We different.
One thing I'm going to say, first of all, even though we don't have to be in the secret societies that they're in.
Come on.
I think it's best to go and learn about those secret societies.
Talk about it.
Learn as much as you absolutely can.
Yes.
Because what I'm learning is through talking to people in secret societies is they know that we ain't a part of them when we walk in the room just by our etiquette, just by the conversations and things we say. If you're not one of them and you want to know how to be one of them, you got to learn what they think, how they think, what they say, what they see. You got to learn the codes. They hide stuff in plain sight. You got to learn everything and then talk. Maybe you ain't got to be like them, but know when you in them settings, when you in them rooms with them suits and stuff like that, maybe you will get somebody's attention. They might give you some money just by you knowing what they about.
Man, that's so deep, man. So this part of the interview, I like to throw the alley hoop. And is there anything you want to ask me? Because, I've been asking all the questions. So is there anything you want to ask me? I throw that, pass the ball so you can,
How long you and your wife been married, man? And how do y'all really make it work to where y'all able to hustle together?
Man, let me tell you, we've been married. We've been together 9 years, married 5. We work together every day. We come to this building. She have a brand called Allow Yourself Grace. I have a brand called Why Now Is Your Time. Also, we have a brand together, which is One Married, Two Hustlers. Plus, we have a digital marketing agency, which is OM2H Creative Studios, which have over 17 offers and 3 memberships that we offer to the public. So when you're talking about creating multiple streams of income, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So I tell everybody, if you got one stream of income, you're too close to zero. So
Facts.
You got to have multiple streams on different levels. We have people renting out this podcast room. All right, that's another string of income. We have people coming in doing reels on a weekly basis. They want to they come in, they do 30 reels, they do a 45-minute session. Within 72 hours, we shooting the reels back. They can drip their reels for 30 days. So we have prices. So we work together because we're a team, but we also are individuals that's building each other up.
That's dope. And I commend you on that, man, on staying married. And I know that it's not always easy.
No.
I was married. I was a husband at once. But, I commend those who stay in it together and really come together and combine their minds and actually become a force.
Man. Any other questions? Want to ask me?
Yeah, about your book, man. So tell me more about your book.
Man, look, the book is called Why Now Is Your Time, to know your passion, understand your purpose, and pursue your dreams. Man, I had this book sitting on the shelf for 10 years. And when I met my wife, now this was crazy. It was sitting on the shelf before I met my wife for about 4 years. Met my wife, it sat on the shelf another 8 years.
Wow.
So then on year 12, she was like, stop bullshitting. I'm finna help you finish this book. You know what I'm saying? So then, once I finished that book, it gave me the courage. I got my children's book coming out. It's called The Little Adventures of Ink. It's about an 11-year-old black kid. He goes around, he motivates people. And then I have The Teenage Guide to Success, 77 principles that every teenager need to build their brand into $1 million brand. And so I wish I had these tools when I was a teenager. So that's my next 2 books. Plus, I do have a third one, which is basically called How I Got to the Fucking Bag. That's the title. How I Got to the Bag with my own products.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. So, you know what I'm saying? What's your Instagram handle so people can find you?
So it's Rob Hayes. And that's all across all social media platforms, wherever, Twitter or
So
X,
talk about that clothing line too, though, because I see something on there.
Yo, so I did a soft launch yesterday.
Okay.
I got my label 30 Dark Zero Records.
Okay.
And I also want to develop that into an apparel brand where we drop fresh new streetwear.
Explain 30 Dark Zero Records, though. Explain that. What's the meaning behind it?
30 Dark Zero Records is a play on 0 Dark 30 because I served in the Marines. Okay. And a lot of times what we do is we do our movements at nighttime. And so I was on my crew, my night crew. Like all our movements were in the middle of the night at what we would call 0 Dark 30 hours.
I love that.
And so when I got out, I just always knew I was gonna start a label called, well, at first I was going to call it Zero Dark 30, but then the movie came out. So when the movie came out, I just flipped it around to 30 Dark Zero.
I love that. I love that. So you got hoodies right now?
Yeah, I got hoodies, sweatshirts, I got t-shirts.
Okay.
And so I'm nasty with clothing design, and so it's like I definitely want to showcase that too as well. So that's just me getting out more of my creative vision.
And so I think when it comes to, cause like me too, I have my own Why Now Is Your Time I have a podcast course, a podcast mentorship, an ebook, and I have digital products. I mean, I got my own clothing line.
Yeah.
So I mean, my mind is to build one brand, and so people when they wear my clothes, I want them to think about: am I designing my life? Am I creating my brand? And am I leaving my legacy?
Yeah, it's like I mean, when you put those clothes out and people they go and they spend money on that when they could have spent money at Fashion Nova or somewhere, at Boohoo Man, or they could have went to Macy's, and I'm gonna spend that money here.
Come on.
You gotta love it, man, because they're buying a piece of you of what who you are, and they're putting that on themselves, and they're representing you and your brand. You know what I'm saying? Like we do it every single day. We go out and we buy Louis Vuitton,
of course,
and Gucci, and all these different things, and it's because we're inspired by the people who do it. We're inspired by their lifestyle. So it's like, as a content creator or an entertainer, really, really appreciate when people spend money on your merch.
And I think people need to know like how important and how difficult being a content creator. Because me personally, I create reels, I do podcasts. I'm creating every day. I'm creating long term, short form. I'm in the people's face. You know what I'm saying? I'm in their face every day. But I think it's important. People gotta respect the creators.
Exactly.
Because everybody can't be a creator, bro. It's tough.
Yeah, but I feel like it's because everybody's trying to be a creator. And so
they're not documenting those moments, like I said.
The respect gets lost when people get on Instagram and there's just a giant sea of content being thrown at them.
Come on.
It's hard for them to focus in on one piece of content and go, so it's like they just jumping through content. So it's like I feel like nowadays making content that really stands out and that's different from everything else. So when people see it, they go, that's different.
Yes. And that's why I was telling you, that's why when I make content, I make mine crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you want me, I'm in, upside down, or I'm zoomed in, I'm zoomed back, got this and that. It's like, it's like changing up the look and the feel from the people. And I think that's what's so important. So if you had, what do you go back and tell your 13-year-old self so that today your life look different?
Ooh. 13-year-old me, I would tell him to be patient, be extremely patient, and love the process.
That's good.
Because even at 13, I was spitting. I think that's when I started. And so I've always kind of like had this like, what do you call it? Competitiveness about me.
I love it.
And even when I was 13, I wanted to be the best. And I was like, I'm going to be the best by 17. I'm going to be the best by 20. And when 20 came, I'm going to be the best by 28. And when 28 came, it came a point where I was like, I don't even know if I should do this anymore because I'm 28, then 30. And, now that I'm in my, upper 30s, it just got to a point where I'm just like, no. This is a business. If I continue to be great at it, eventually all of that will catch up to me.
It'll pay off.
So at 13, I would just tell myself to be patient, get some self-discipline. Don't mess with these women out here that do not have good intentions for you. See the red flags and move away. I would tell me to learn math and write Spotify in my journal and create that event Spotify.
You know what I'm saying? So if you have a time capsule this big, it's this wide, this big, you can leave 3 things in there. And the 3 things, they have to be physical. Because once you die, 1,000 years later, you want to pull it up out the ground so people can remember you by. What 3 things are you leaving in there?
I'm leaving a photo of me and my kids.
Okay.
I'm leaving a hard drive with all my music on it.
Come on. Okay.
Well, I probably put everything on my hard drive. I would just put my hard drive in there. That's what I would put. I would put a hard drive and make sure that it's protected really well. And just put everything on the hard drive and be like, there we go.
And the reason why I asked that question because it's so important that people understand we don't want to talk about that, but every day we wake up, we're expiring. So as I'm expiring, I'm 40. Listen, I tell people here, I'm 43. And I tell people, as I'm expiring, bro, I'm loving it because I'm living my purpose, bro. I ain't touched the clock in 4 years. I'm living my purpose, bro. I'm out here living it. Like when I get out, I'm doing podcasts. I'm doing it. I'm selling digital courses. I'm selling merch. I'm living my best life, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying it because I tell people I call it 1,000. Get 1,000 people to spend $1,000 with you every year.
Boom.
It's $1 million.
It's $1 million.
The problem is people trying to get 1 million people to spend $1.
Yep.
The math is wrong, bro. So the thing is, you don't need everybody to support you.
Yeah,
you just need your tribe because your tribe is your vibe.
Yeah, once you find those people who you've sold them on why, and now they understand the why, and they with you.
Come on.
And they're never gonna leave you if you don't give them a reason to.
That's so good.
If you don't alienate them. Like, I know Doja Cat just did that. She told her fans that she ain't they friends. And all the mugs are like, well, if we ain't your friend, then why we listening to your music?
We out.
I wouldn't advise ever telling your fans that.
Never.
Lil Wayne does this thing at every show where he says, I ain't shit without you. And you ain't shit without your fans. Like, without anybody watching your content, you can make the best content you possibly can. But if you don't get no likes, no engagement, it's going nowhere.
And I'm so big on, like, the fan word is good, but what are supporters?
Supporters.
Because there's an acronym I read a while back. It says FAN stands for fake ass niggas supporting.
That's deep.
But not to say that you don't want fans, but it's just like the people who gonna support and rock with you, they're gonna support and rock with you. They're gonna spend money with you. They don't mind, you know what I'm saying, whatever you got. That's why it's people, we so psychologically sold out on Jordans. As kids, they went around just like literally 2-3 years ago. Kids, New York, New Jersey, looking around, they got Jordans on, asking the questions. What year was Jordan drafted? How many championships he won? They can't answer none of the questions.
None of the questions.
Because they psychologically, because this is what my mom did and my dad did.
It's just like we gotta have it. We gotta have it. Cause my mom, when she was a kid, she bought me mad Jordans.
That's it.
It's like, but it's like I grew up in Illinois and I grew up in the Bulls era. So Jordan to me is something different. I was in Grant Park after the championships was won. That's different. And it was mad people in Grant Park and they was holding the Larry O'Brien up. I was there. So it's like it's different for me, but it's like I could, my kids don't know who Michael Jordan is, but I tell you what, every time my son hit me up, he wants some Jordans.
That's it. It's crazy though. So, what do you want to leave the people though? If you could tell that 19-year-old dude or lady, or if you could tell them anything about that can push them forward about living their dreams, look into that camera. What would you tell them?
Yo, if you don't have a relationship with God. Get you a relationship with God. Like, I understand there are some people who just go, I don't believe in God. Well, if you believe in the devil, then there has to be a God. And all of time is based on the principle that there is a God. Like everything around you is based on God. So believe in him. And if you believe in him, trust him. And if you're going to pray, don't worry. And if you're going to worry, don't pray. And, just be happy and be positive and know that everything is going to be all right. And if you survive to this point, you survived 100% of your worst days. So be thankful, give yourself a round of applause.
Man, that's so good, man. Listen, I personally want to thank you for coming on, bro. We're gonna share this with my tribe. Hopefully share it with your tribe. And make sure the conversation was good. I'm gonna send you some reels that we're gonna create and just send them to you, man. You can show the love. We're gonna release this next week. And man, like I said, man, listen, man, keep pushing, bro. I'm gonna be watching your journey.
Likewise,
I'm gonna be watching it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be looking at him and say, "Hey, man,
I need you to watch,
that
man.
boy say 200 million.
Be on me about it too. Apply some pressure. You know what I mean?
So I mean, that's important that when we can have friendly debates and friendly competition, and it's both going towards the same goal, which is helping people, building your brand. It's all, and it's like, bro, I'm not DNA. I'm gonna text it to you. Designed to notice your assignment.
Designed to notice your assignment.
My DNA is different. So our motto here is we not in competition, we in collaboration.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Because people, you do what you do, we do what we do. We're gonna get our own tribe that's gonna vibe with us, bro.
Yeah, man.
So listen, man, like I always tell you guys, keep watching me like you watch TV. You're gonna watch your income grow. But whatever you do, your mindset will change. We see you guys in the next video. Peace.